Hey guys, my name is Sandy. I'm with BEX Realty here in the Central Florida area. I'm a licensed realtor. Today we would like to take a look at, this video is about, how does rent to own works? How does rent to own work? Is this for real? Can I really rent a home with the option of purchasing it? Or is this just a gimmick? Let's explore that. So imagine that you're relocating to a new area, or that you want to find a home that's going to be suitable for your family, and you want it in a particular neighborhood or in a particular school district, but there's no house available or there's no home available in that particular neighborhood or market for rent, and at this point you just want to rent. So imagine that you're trying to either find out more about the neighborhood, but you don't want to commit to that yet, so you want to live there for a while. Or maybe you're looking to purchase, but you're not ready yet because you have some things to get together, like a down payment or fix your credit or whatever the situation is. Or you just don't want to commit to buying a home, but you want to be able to rent a home that's going to be suitable for you and your family, and it's going to be in the school district and the neighborhood, and and it's going to have the amenities that you want. So, Own Partners of America is a company that could make that happen for you. And how that works is you find the home that you'd like. All the homes that are on MLS and all the homes that are on Zillow, Realtor.com, all those search engines, all those homes could qualify that are available for sale on those search engines fits this program. The only criteria is the property cannot be more than $400,000. So if the property is $400,000 or less and you find it for sale and it's on Zillow, Realtor.com, wherever it is, or you're driving around the neighborhood and you found a home that you really like but it's for sale, it's not for rent, and you're like, oh man, I wonder if the owner would rent it to me or do a lease with option. And a lot of times the owners won't do it because if they're selling the property, that means they want the money out, right? They want to sell the property and move on. They don't want to rent it to you. They don't want to do a rent with option to buy. They just want to sell it and move on. So Own Partners of America is a company that would make that happen for you. And how that works is you find the property, whether through Zillow, Realtor.com, all those other sites, or if you're driving around the neighborhood, or your friend told you there's a home for sale in her neighborhood and she really likes the neighborhood and you like that neighborhood as well. Whatever the criteria is, you found the property, but it's for sale, it's not for rent. How do you get this property? So Own Partners of America will come in once you find the property and they'll purchase the home for you. They typically purchase in cash and they typically purchase within 30 to 45 days. And they are going to buy the property at market value. So it's not like they're going to come in like those seasonal investors and try to nickel and dime the seller. Whatever price the seller is asking for, as long as all the other properties in that area that's like that property is selling for that price, which means it's market value, then they're going to purchase the property at market value and they'll rent it back to you with the option to purchase. Now, when they rent it back to you with the option to purchase, you have up to 5 years to purchase the property. And within that 5 years, you have a yearly lease up to 5 years. So that means the day they purchase a property and it's time for you to move in, you're going to get a 1 year lease. At the end of that 1 year, when that expires, they're going to renew it and they'll renew it up to 5 years. Within that 5 year period, you have a chance to purchase it. So you could purchase it in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, or year 5. Before you rent it, they're going to tell you exactly what the rent will be for each year. Because every time you renew the lease, the rent is going to increase. You'll know all this information before you move into this property or before you agree. They'll also tell you how much the property will cost if you decide to buy it here 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So whichever part during the 5 years you decide to purchase it, the price will be different. So if you purchase in year 1, it's going to be one price. If you purchase in year 4, it's going to be a different price. You could purchase it at any time during the 5 year period. You don't have to wait for the lease to expire to renew the lease to purchase, right? Now, let's say you did buy this property and you liked it and you thought you were going to like it, but you don't like it as much as you thought you would. Well, there's an out. Every time the lease expires, you don't have to renew. So let's say you bought the property, you rented Own Partners of America came in and bought the property for you and you rented it from them with the option to purchase. And at the end of year 1, you decide, I don't really like this. I thought it was going to be a nicer neighborhood, or maybe I don't like the house because something is wrong with it, or whatever the situation is. As long as your lease expires, you don't have to renew. So at the end of year 1, if you decide I don't really want this to be here anymore, you could move and no obligation, no problems. At any point when your lease expires, before you renew, if you decide you don't want to stay there or you don't want to do it anymore, you could leave. You just cannot leave when the lease is in process. So you can't break the lease, but each year when the lease expires, you could decide if you want to stay or not. You could also decide at any point if you want to purchase a property or not. Now let's talk about why would Home Partners of America do this for you? I mean, they're just good guys or nice guys, or why are they doing this for me? Well, they're a company, big investment company. They work in different states. They work in Florida, and today's February of 2010. I believe it's February 11th of 2010. 2020. What is wrong with me? I'm going back in time. 2020. Okay. So as of right now, I know it doesn't work in New York because I'm also a realtor in New York, and I know this program does not exist in New York, but it exists in Florida, and it most certainly exists also in Texas and a few other states, right? So once you decide that's what you want to do, Home Partners of America is going to qualify you to see if they want you to be a tenant, right? To see if they would like for you to do a rented option to buy with them. And their criteria is you have to have a credit score of 575 or more. So 575 or more credit score. Your combined annual income. So the income in your household combined must be $48,000 or more. Okay? $48,000 or more for your combined annual income, credit score 575 or more. Once you meet those criteria, you qualify, right? And then based upon your income, they will tell you what you qualify for. In other words, they'll tell you if you qualify to purchase a home at $300,000, and they qualify you actually by the rent. So they qualify you by what the rent amount would be, and based upon the rent amount, then you'll know what property you would need to purchase. So on their website, when you go on their website and you explore the website, it tells you the property, because the properties they have on their website is the same properties you're going to see in Zillow, Truly, and all the other websites, right? Because this is a direct feed from our MLS system. So all properties on the market for sale in MLS is going to feed right through to the Home Partners of America website. When you go on their website, you could search by rent. So it will tell you what the property cost is to purchase and what the property would be to rent. So they may have a house for $300,000 and the rent will be $1,800 a month, right? As an example. So it tells you all that stuff. So once they qualify you and you know how much rent how much rent they will allow you to pay, or what they tell you the rent qualification is. In other words, they might say, okay, you qualify up to $2,000 per month for rent with us. So that means you could go and buy a property that qualifies for $2,000 a month for rent, right? I'm going to have a bunch of links down there that you could email us or call us if you have any questions on this program. If you decide to join the program, what we'll do, you'll contact us and we will send you a link to join their website. And once you're on their website, you're able to explore to see if this is something you even want to do. Because the website will show you the price of the properties and what the monthly rental will be. And this is a direct feed from MLS. So you could search, just like you'd search in Zillow or Realtor.com, you could search by rental or by the property amount. Also on the website, it will tell you what the rent for that property would be for the whole 5 years, year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and what the purchase price would be for those 5 years, year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So their website is very comprehensive. Now, once you decide to do the program, then you need to get a realtor that works with Home Partners of America. Of course, I'm a realtor that does that, but if you're in a different area, you need to find a realtor that works with Home Partners of America. That realtor will be able to send you a link. You join the link through that realtor, and then you go on the website, and then you explore the website to see. There's no obligation to join the website, so you just kind of explore the website to see, do I really want to do this? And if you do, then that's when you'd go ahead and do that. Rent to own is a great program to get the house you want. If you're here in Central Florida, we have very limited rentals on the market. Like most properties are for sale. So this is a great way for you to get a great home, and you're not limited to the very limited quantity of rentals that they have available. It also puts you in the neighborhood that you might want, the school district that you might want for your children, the amenities in the neighborhood that you'd like. The only restriction is two things. The property can't be over $400,000, and also the HOA. If the property is in an homeowners association, then there can be no restriction of renting in that community. And there are some HOAs, most of the time for higher priced homes, where the HOA won't allow rental in the neighborhood or in that development. Those are the only two restrictions, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Sandy. I'm doing a series of these videos, so if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. So that way I'm taking you step by step through the process. And if you press that little bell right next to the subscribe button, that bell will, if you press it, then it will alert you when you subscribe to the channel of when a new video comes up, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Sandy and I'm a licensed realtor here in Central Florida.